Meanwhile at 5:40. Hey babe, I bought some condos recently. Wanna have schmecks? Sure thing. How does 6:30 sound? Yeah good babe. Me bonding with the one internet friend that I never met, but they totally understand me. Started karate today. I stood next to a 5-year-old little girl on her first day. We learned the same steps and the dojo-kun closing. I'm 10 times her size. Seen horrors in my years I hope she will never even imagine. In that moment we were equal. Never felt such a gracious humility before. My brother proposed to his girlfriend. She's Chinese, so he learned to ask her in Mandarin. When she answered, he stared at her blankly. He forgot to learn the words for yes and no. Progress after 1 year converting a water-dependent lawn to 70 species of mostly native plants. Ontario. 2022. 2023. Wife, 25, is accused of babying her husband with the lavish lunches she makes him every day. Is this for a child? I made lunch for you again, darling. Thank you, dear. One bad picture took over, but, my god, she was trying to make it work. Okay, but how does our daughter look like Woody Harrelson? You're an adorable child. Flattered to be compared. You have a wonderful smile. I just wish I had your hair. You've made our day. Can't wait to show her this when she's older. You have another fan for life. You can taste these photos. You can taste the spoon more than the ice cream. When did you realize he loved you? Let's get some positive stories going. We got into an argument and I yelled at him loud as duck. He then said, I'm in love with you, and one day I want to marry you and have kids. So you're going to have to find a way to communicate your emotions without yelling because I'm not gonna have us arguing in front of our kids. Ever since I was a little kid, I've always wanted to get on a fire truck. I'm tempted to just walk my grown ace over to a fire station and just ask. Oh my god, it worked. Man dumped by wife for being bold and dumpy becomes real life One Punch Man. Is it possible to learn this power? My life. My mom. My grandfather passed away today. Last night, all he wanted to do was to have one last beer with his sons. Niggas really be ashamed that their parents did well and are able to raise them in comfortable situations. Bro, I promise, it's okay to have a good life. Why y'all wanna be from the hood, surrounded by poverty and arg so bad? This rap music really do be getting in your heads. Asked my 5-year-old to keep an eye on his sister while I served him dinner. I peek out of the kitchen and find him like this. I've been very worried about cheesecake lately because she is so bulbous. I was worried about worms, or worse, fluid buildup from feline infectious peritonitis. I took her to her vet yesterday. They ran some tests. Looked for fluid. I was stricken with anxiety, heart racing. Untreated feline infectious peritonitis is usually fatal to kittens, and losing cheesecake would be too much. The vet comes back into my room and hands me my carrier with cheesecake back in it. Her face doesn't indicate much. She looks at me. I look at her. I'm terrified. Just fat, she says. Cheesecake is just fat. He's probably thinking about the mortgage, utility bills, taxes, grocery bills, medical bills. Woman with a fear of dogs adopts a dog who is afraid of people, and they overcome their fears together. After watching customers pay money to buy cookies from a store, a dog in Colombia started bringing a leaf in his mouth and presenting it to the store attendant. The staff decided to play along, and now the dog comes to buy cookies every day. Weird but long time ago, when I felt scared alone during 2 to 4 am, I always think about bakers and their bakery, who are already up during that time doing their thing. Former bakery employee here, if you ever are sad or scared at 3 am, just remember that we are up preparing donuts, and the donuts are warm for you. Certain types of sea urchins will pick up a shell with their tube feet and wear it, with a behavior known as covering reaction, mainly because they shy away from light. So aquarium enthusiasts 3D printed tiny hats, and they actually wear them. Hi Mr. Gaiman, my parents named me after your character Coraline and I've always loved the name, as well as the book. However, I'm a trans male, and want to go by a similar, but more masculine name. Do you have any suggestions? Thank you for writing such amazing stories. The protagonist of Roger Zelazny's novel Nine Princes in Amber is Corwin. My friend Stephen Brust, who is a huge Zelazny fan, named his son Corwin. What about that? Telling me you're moving back in with your parents as a 30-year-old man is, I don't know. Life ain't a straight line. If a man's gotta regroup at base, so be it. Real strength's in adapting, not in clinging to pride. Let's not pretend we don't all need a hand sometimes. My grandpa left this surprise in my grandma's camera roll on her new phone. Dr. Chang delivered me, and yesterday I helped him deliver a baby. I love full circle moments. The guy who mows the lawn in my building left a rectangle of wildflowers for the bees to use. My neighbor got a new car today, and he's been standing outside staring at it while eating chips for 15 minutes. If anyone has any nice allegations against a celebrity, that would be great too. Does a famous actor give good Christmas presents? Does lady comedian always smoke people out? Danny DeVito and Rhea Perlman let me stay with them when my mom was in the hospital for answer surgeries. Today at work, a guy said, "Is it okay if I wait at the bar until a heat Bran walks in?" And I said sure, and laughed like he was joking. Then a Bran actually walks in, and he winks at me, introduces himself to her, and she rolled her eyes and kissed him. It was his wife, and that made my day. I just saw a Reddit post by someone with extreme anxiety asking how to order a sandwich at Subway because they've never tried it, and someone replied and wrote out step-by-step instructions without being snarky or judgmental, and it's the kindest, sweetest thing I've seen in months. My parrot has a vague understanding of the word no. He knows to stop doing what he's doing when he hears it, and he knows how to say it. He knows it's a word that is used when he's doing something he shouldn't be doing. However, being told no doesn't make him stop doing it in future. If he's ever out of my sight, or if I'm not paying attention, I know exactly when he's doing something bad. Because he says no to himself as he does it. Grandma, you need to eat 4 more bites, since you're 4 years. Me, but I'm 5. Grandma, oh, well I don't think you can eat that much. Me, eats 5 bites to prove her wrong. Grandma, in case you haven't noticed, you've fallen right into my trap. My husband and I are surprising our 6-year-old by taking him to Disney for his birthday tomorrow. We've been in the car for 4+ hours, and he still thinks we are on our way home from school. He keeps saying, "Looks like we're almost home." Bless his heart. Update, we arrived to Disney World. He thinks we took a wrong turn, and is very concerned about who is going to feed our cat. If you are a college student who likes to nod intently at your professors while they are talking in class, just know that all of them adore you and think you are the absolute greatest. In 2019, I wrote my phone number on a Jenga piece at a hostel in Iceland. Today I received this photo. Man posing with picture of forest he restored. Got any fatherly advice for me? Once they hit adulthood, men rarely get positive reinforcement. So if you see a random guy wearing a shirt you like, tell him you like his shirt. If a friend is having a rough time, give him a hug. Those small moments of positive reinforcement will carry men great distances, and they will never forget them. It took my new cat a while to realize that kissing the top of her head was a gesture of affection, but I think she's finally got it. The downside is that she now thinks the best way to signal that she wants cuddles is to come charging at me and mash the top of her head against my face. It's like a very affectionate punch in the mouth. 12-year-old child is adopted by the family of his best friend. When you and your boy take different paths in life, but still love each other. 9th grader Paul Scott is blind, but he runs cross country with the help of 4th grader Abel Hayes, who guides Paul through courses with the use of a rope. Rebel trains every day so that he can keep up with the older kids because he never wants to let Paul down. He broke a plate and he's scared of the nourishment. No, I broke it, let him go. A little girl and her mom were looking at me at the coffee shop this morning, and I heard her mom say, "Go on, it's okay." And the little girl shuffled up to me and said, "Excuse me please, do you have to put on your tattoos by yourself every day, or does your mom help you? I'm dying." My wife, ugh, I hate the way I look. I look like a potato. How I see her. My dad is recovering from an operation. Mum went out and left the door slightly ajar. My parents do not have a cat. When Tupac was in jail, Jim Carrey used to write him funny letters in an attempt to cheer him up. Tupac was a huge fan of the comedian. The owner of the photo says that cat was pregnant and I put food for her every day. She disappeared for a week and today she came to show me her daughter. One time when I was a barista, I was telling my co-worker that I suddenly really miss cows. I used to work with cows all the time back home, and then I moved away and suddenly it had been 4 years and nary a cow. 15 minutes later, this old guy came up to the counter with his address written on a napkin and he said, "Me and my wife have a whole herd of Dexters and a couple of new calves. Come on over anytime." So after work, I was like, okay, duck it, and I drove to the address, and I parked at the gate, and I walked down the driveway to the barn and this woman was like, "Oh, my husband told me you might stop by. Come see our cows," and she introduced me to every single cow. Made my whole week. Thank you, cow couple. Heard my 6-year-old slowly and painstakingly reading a National Geographic book about otters to his stuffed otter, because I wanted him to know about his family. Everything is terrible, so I googled dogs being interviewed, and it helped. My sister had her first son today. I caught a rare moment between two fathers. What would you do if your child threw a birthday party but no one showed up? This didn't happen to my son, but to my younger brother on his 6th birthday. I was 17. The day came, and nobody showed up. My mom was furious and my brother was so sad. My mom was busy calling the parents, but I didn't care about them. To be honest, I just wanted to cheer up my brother. So I called some of my closest friends, and I told them, "It's my brother's birthday party, come on over, there's plenty of food." In an hour they were there, and we had a blast. We jumped in the bouncy house, and I taught my brother how to play FIFA. He opened his presents, and my friends actually got him something on their way. We sang happy birthday and he started crying, and hugged me, and we blew the candles together. My husband is in his first year of teaching elementary school math. Every night he comes home, takes a long swig of soda water, stares into the middle distance and says, "The amount of cuteness I see on a daily basis, you just can't fathom it, Caitlin." This dad designed shoes to give his paralyzed daughter the sensation of walking. My mom's cat was acting sick, so we went to the vet. Turns out she is healthy, but she is jealous of the attention that I'm getting. I'm sick, so we are acting like she is the sick one, so she won't be jealous anymore. She knew she could trust her. Stray cat brings all her babies to a woman who gave her food and helped her. My husband noticed that no one was eating the oranges. I said that I think I subconsciously avoid them because I have eczema on my hands and peeling them hurts the little cuts. The next day this was in the fridge. He proceeded to peel 6 oranges for me every Sunday to last the week and has continued to do so when I want oranges. I never asked him to. I don't need anything fancy. To me this is love. My mom adopted a blind Bengal. This is what he does when he gets lost or confused. A few weeks ago, I tried to literally bore my 3-year-old to sleep by telling him everything I knew about nuclear and particle physics. It's a fair bit. It was my speciality once. Every night since then, as he's falling asleep, his little voice pipes up, "Tell me about atoms, daddy. I love your hair. Thank you. I love your dress. Oh, thank you. I'm gonna name her Judy." Or, people don't fake depression, they fake being okay. Remember that. Be kind. This summer is too heat. Me. Have you ever planted trees? No. Me. Be a lot cooler if you did. A girl in my geography class had to bring her newborn to class today. The baby started crying in the middle of our quiz. When she took him out to hold him, my professor insisted that he wouldn't mind feeding the baby and rocking his car seat until she was done. This is my so awesome, sweet professor, on his knees. Disturb her nap. Let necros. Me on a very successful date, so far. That one homie waiting for you to tie your shoes, while the rest of the squad keeps on walking. Putting hand over her shoulders cause she's near. Unexpected bite on forearm. My son's teacher has banned me from decorating my son's bananas as they were causing too much of a ruckus in class, and honestly, knowing my art caused a class of 6-year-olds to riot is probably one of the best compliments I've ever received. I wish I took more photos before the ban. Showed my grandpa memes, and he loved them so much he printed them off for his friends. Look at this photo of my rat after I gave him pasta. My dad is afraid to fly, so when I was 5 years old, I made him a doll to hold on the plane. Mom just sent me this picture. He is packed to come visit me. The doll is 43 years old. Welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place. Such a lovely face. My daughter went to my husband and said, "Dad, have you ever heard of Pokemon?" And I have never seen him so happy, lol. He busted out all his old cards and is in full education mode. Paige, can you give me something? Yes, I'd love that. Wait, that's a bookmark. Yeah, so I never lose my page. I hate being short. You should accept yourself and embrace your differences. It is okay to be yourself. Thank you. You're welcome. When you see people struggling on mental health subreddits, but don't have any legitimately useful advice for them, best I can do is an upvote. Little brother officially ends his time in foster care with his new sister after becoming legitimately adopted. My toddler dropped my phone while she was FaceTiming my mom, gasped, picked it back up, and asked, "Grandma, are you okay?" It was the cutest, dumbest thing I've ever seen. So I downloaded this app called Be My Eyes a while ago. You get FaceTime calls from blind people all over the world and help them with whatever task it is that they need help with. I just got my first call and helped this lady pick out almond milk. Something so small made her day. When you're supposed to be acting serious, but you and your friend make eye contact. Society. Nowadays, it's very difficult to make new friends. People are very wary of strangers. Me. Man brings his taxi driver to theme park after finding out he's never been. During a concert, this clown lifts a disabled man in a wheelchair up so he can see the show. Positive Possum believes you can do the thing. When someone asks me to kill a spider, heroes don't kill. We find a better way. Overheard a child at the park today tell his sad friend, "It's okay to be sad. SAD stands for secretly a dinosaur." Then he let out a big roar. That kid is going places. Cows form close friendships and experience less stress when they're with their best friends. That friend who defends you when you are not present. Thank you. I will never forget this. I would fight for you. I love when you're here, and whenever you're here, your parents come and sit in the audience. Seth, they literally drove me here today. When you're feeling sad, remember this vertebrae C6 and how happy it is to support you every day. Fun animal facts. Studies have shown that elephants' brains respond to humans in an almost identical way human brains respond to puppies. This has been used to conclude that elephants think humans are cute. I wish I was this happy about washing dishes. Snap this wholesome picture. The window looks like a portal 10 years into the future. So I sold my daughter's slide yesterday on Facebook Marketplace. I asked the buyer, "How old are you kids?" She giggled and said, "No, it's for my pugs. They love to go up and down a slide. We are all mothers in our own way." Made my day. If you're looking for something to brighten your day, here's a tiny bird that got little cardboard shoes to help straighten its toes. Bird can stocks. Oh my god. My 94-year-old grandpa just called me for the first time on FaceTime tonight. We talked for a bit and said goodbye, and he thought he hung up but he didn't. I stayed on the line for a bit, and I could hear him in the room laughing oh ho oh oh ho oh oh. That was so much fun. I went to the store to get some groceries and I unexpectedly met Tom Hardy there. He ended up paying for all my stuff and even carried them to my car. Ominous positivity. You will be okay. You have no choice. Everything will turn out fine. You cannot stop it. You will succeed. It is inevitable. Better days are already coming. It is too late now. Friendly reminder. Winnie the Pooh wore crop tops with no pants, ate his favorite food, and loved himself. You can too, babe. My 8-year-old in the car today. Do you want me to throw the confetti in my pocket? Me, no, not in the car. Why do you have confetti in your pocket? 8-year-old, it's my emergency confetti. I carry it everywhere in case there is good news. This is Percy. He helps kids build their confidence by letting them read to him. He also loves the stories, so it's a win-win. There's a picture of a dog meeting Pluto and the dog looks so hyped to meet him. I can't stop laughing. How I sleep at night knowing there are more cool rocks for me to find tomorrow. Looks like someone found love while writing a book. Chemistry Matters. Tanyan Toon. Chen Lingguan. John Sadler. Emily Claire. Chemistry Matters. Tanyan Toon. Chen Lingguan. John Sadler. Emily Sadler. My brain trying to be depressed, but forgetting that I have a secret weapon. Look what I got. Sure, compliments on your appearance are cool, but when someone compliments you as a person, your taste in music, your personality, your humor, your heart, now that slaps.